I hope everyone just takes care of the animals and also picks up all their garbage and puts it in the bin.
Today I'm speaking to wildlife warrior Matilda. Matilda moved from Australia to Ireland a couple of years ago. She is a conservationist and activist, and we became acquainted 2 years ago when she was running a fundraiser for wildlife aged 6. She is part of the Australian Zoo Wildlife Warrior Programme. The vision of the programme is that people, wildlife and habitat survive and prosper without being detrimental to the existence of each other. And their mission is to be the most effective wildlife conservation organisation in the world through the delivery of outstanding outcome-based programmes and projects inclusive of humanity. Definitely worth checking out. Matilda was inspired by seeing Steve Irwin on TV and when she visited the Australian Zoo that he founded. She has a Facebook page, Wildlife Warrior Matilda, and runs fun events in her area, including litter picking days. We all have this innate love for nature and wildlife, but somewhere along the way, life distracts us. Matilda is on the podcast today to remind you how we should all be caring for our fellow creatures. Hi, Matilda. How are you?
Good.
Good. It's so lovely to talk to you, and I'm so proud of all you've achieved. You're 8 years old now, and can you tell us why you wanted to become a wildlife warrior?
Because once I went to Australia, and then I went to the Australian Zoo, like Steve Irwin Zoo, and then I was inspired by him. Well, so I started watching his programs. So then I started getting into wildlife, and I saw loads of garbage everywhere. So I thought maybe I should go pick that up.
That's really brilliant. So what's the zoo in Australia like? It sounds amazing.
There's a lot of animals, but there's like some statues.
Yeah, and what are the statues of animals or statues of people?
It's like a statue of like a alligator or something like that.
Really cool. And I think that gets us to our next question. Do you have a favourite animal?
No, I don't, but because I like all of the animals.
Oh, that's so hard. That's so touching. What sort of animals are you interested in at the moment?
Dogs.
Do you have a dog?
2.
2 dogs. What kind of dogs are they and what are they called?
They're Cocker Spaniels, and we have a boy one named Finn, and we have a girl one named Rue.
After a kangaroo because she's a little jumpy.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Did you ever see a kangaroo in Australia? Do you remember? I mean, you've been over in Ireland for nearly 2.5 years now, so you might not remember.
Well, like when we were going to our cousin's house in Australia, we almost ran over Joey. Well, he almost.
And he is your dad, Phil, who is sitting next to you there. He's the culprit of nearly running over a Joey. And what happened? Was it in the road?
Yeah, it was in the middle of the road.
And is a Joey a baby kangaroo?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How wonderful to see a Joey. Your love of wildlife inspired you to take some actual positive action. So you started a litter pickup. Was that in Australia?
Yeah, it was in Ireland.
That was in Ireland. So you're doing a litter pickup. And before the coronavirus, when you were only 6 years old, I heard of you because you were doing some fundraising for the zoo, which is so wonderful. And is there anything that you would like for wildlife? What do you hope for wildlife?
I hope everyone just takes care of the animals and also picks up all their garbage and puts it in the bin.
Very good. And why should people pick up their garbage?
I think when they put like plastic down in the water, turtles, like the can things, turtles can get stuck in them because they think it's food.
Yeah, that's really terrible. I think I've seen that image as well of the plastic on the tops of the cans and how dangerous. We think that these things are so simple, but actually they can be so dangerous to wildlife. So it's really good that you're raising awareness about that. Well done. So if you think of a plan you want to do for the future, or
I want to go to Australia.
wow. And what would you like to go back to the zoo? Yeah. So can you tell us the name of the zoo again and where it is?
It's in Queensland and it's called Steve Irwin Zoo.
Okay. And who was he?
He was he had like a program, and he used to go on like a boat with his wife, and this is one of the episodes that I saw. He saw a crocodile or like an alligator, but they go down like a stream or something. He's died of a stingray.
Yes, I heard about that. That was because he was so adventurous and he loved all animals, and he got in an accident with a stingray in the end. Yeah, but he inspired you. So his legacy lives on with how much you admire him, which is wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to say to our listeners about wildlife, or what you think they should do?
I want them to pick their garbage up. I want them to, if they see like a stray animal, I want them to feed them or like give them some water or something.
Yes, that's very good advice. One of the questions, but I'm not sure if you will have thought about that. Have you any book that the listeners might like? Did Dad have an idea?
Santa Koala. It's a Christmas song. Well, it's when like there's lots of animals, and then there's like a Christmas sleigh, and then they all jump in it, and then like at the end, it's a song, and then at the end, Santa's there, and then it's not actually Christmas, and they delivered all the presents.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. We'll put that book in the show notes. And I think you might be a bit excited about Christmas already. Are you? Yeah. How did I know that? I saw something on the internet saying it's only 11 weekends away. That's not long. Do you know what you want for Christmas?
She's waiting to hear, to decide what she's going to get from the toy show when that's on.
Oh, the toy show. Yeah, that's really exciting. So for listeners who aren't in Ireland, the toy show comes on every year, and they show all the new toys that are available, and all the kids get to stay up very, very late in the evening to watch the toy show. And they get all night, and they get so tired, and they get to eat snacks and have drinks, and the whole country is up watching the toy show and getting really excited.
I missed half of it when I was 6 or 7.
Oh no. Did you fall asleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sometimes happens. Everyone's ready to watch it, and then halfway through they fall asleep.
Yeah.
But I think you can record it. Yeah, well, I hope you have a really wonderful Christmas, and we'll put the book that you love in the show notes, and anything else you want. And I'd just like to say that I'm very honored to speak to you and the work that you have done. And thank you very much from everybody. And I hope you keep going fighting for wildlife. So thank you, Matilda, Wildlife Warrior. Thank you for listening to Nature Magic, a positive voice for nature. Please subscribe to the podcast and write a review if you like it. It really helps our reach. News at Burren Nature Sanctuary this week is that the rescue donkeys are getting their feet trimmed tomorrow. Also, we are working on an exciting plan for 2022. All will be revealed in the future. Happy Halloween.